But first, let's go to South Bend, Indiana, and bring on a star. And there she is. Hannah Hidalgo joins us again here on the program. Hannah, first of all, I really appreciate the time. I know it's a long season. It's a grind. You're coming off this emotional game last night. So I really appreciate you joining us today. Congratulations on last night. I mean, you were tremendous. Your team was really, really good last night. That had to
Yeah,
feel good knowing that when you beat Virginia Tech, it means something.
absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I think everyone came to play. Everyone was locked in. So,
Um, I kid around with Taylor, and she's not here today. She's gonna be bummed out that she's not here today. Um, but your stat lines, when you get the stat sheet after a game, what's the first thing you look at? What's the first stat you look at for yourself?
the first that I look at turnovers, see how many
Turnovers,
how many turnovers I have.
because you know
Yeah.
you're scoring, you know you're stealing, you know you're
hmm
rebounding, and so you go for the one that, hey, give me the thing that if it's a zero, I got a smile on my face, right?
Yes, absolutely. That's where I need to have the lowest number for sure.
Well, your stat lines almost every night are just almost looks like a typo. And I know when you were on with us before, I asked you, does it feel like it's easy? And you said, no, listen, we got to get to work. But that game last night,
hmm
though, Hannah, I thought it might have been one of the best team efforts that your guys had, probably maybe since the UConn game. Would that be accurate?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's 100% agree. I think this was the most that I've seen us like locked in on the scout on the defense. We knew personnel. We were just locked in from warm up all the way to when the clock hit zero. So absolutely.
I got to be honest with you, too. It just dawned on me looking at you. I cannot believe we don't have any hoop earrings today. What
I
happened
know.
to the
I just
what
finished. I just
what?
got off of practice.
Listen,
That's why I just finished practice.
Kelly Gramlich was on with us yesterday, and the folks up there at Notre Dame had sent to Kelly the hoop earrings, the promotion they're doing for you. And so she was
Yes.
showcasing them yesterday when we were promoting the game and all that stuff. And so when I heard that you were going to be on, which we just found out, I'm like, well, if Hannah's not wearing hoop earrings, man, I'm going to be really bummed out because I mean, this is all part of the promotion that. And Kelly said,
and
she
I
loves wearing them all
know.
the time. I mean, I can't believe it.
I know it's unfortunate. I can't warm during practice, so
You know what? That's a turnover, Hannah. That's a turnover.
I know.
All
I
right.
know.
It looked like you guys, you mentioned last night being locked in. Maddie Westbeld played great last night, didn't she? I mean, listen, when you see
Absolutely.
Virginia Tech, Liz Kitley's great, Georgia Amore's great. It's a big
Mhm.
time program. But man, inside, Maddie was doing the job, wasn't she? She was great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Maddie came out so solid. She came out locked in, and you can tell just from the jump how determined she was. I mean, she got hot, and so, we kept going to her, and, she scored when we needed her to score. She got big stops. She did a great job defending, Kitley, and, she was just locked in from the jump. I mean, everybody was.
I guess games like that going into it, especially with what's at stake, you're trying to get that double bye, trying to beat Virginia Tech, extend that streak, make it now five straight wins against them. There are certain moments in the season that you just know, guess what? Tonight's got to be an A-plus effort, right? You going into that, you
Mhm.
knew we can't be just pretty good to beat this club.
Absolutely. Virginia Tech is such a great team. That's a Final Four team. Multiple girls have been to the Final Four, so they know what it takes to win. And we prior to Virginia Tech, we talked as a team at the Boston College game, and we were just talking about how we need to have better starts. Especially with a team like Virginia Tech, we can't start out with 10-0 when they go on a 10-0 run. Like we have to have a great start because if they go on a 10-0 run, we won't be able to recover from that. So we had that mindset that we're just going to come in with so much energy and that we were just going to play as a team and play together.
I know it's a team game. You just mentioned that, but knowing that Georgia Amore's on the other side, I'm assuming you had a good night's sleep, right? Because you just know what's intact for the whole game because she's such a great player as well. It's a great matchup.
Yeah. She's a phenomenal guard, and just off the court too. She seems so chill. She came up to me after the game, kind of dapped me up, and she's cool, but she's also just a great guard. I mean, just her ability to score and to get her teammates open, and how she's able to handle the ball so well. And she's quick too. She's a great guard. She's very tough to defend.
Well, I noticed that when the game ended in the handshake line afterwards, you two had a friendly exchange. If you don't mind saying, what was said there?
Yeah, she was just kind of congratulating me and just like on the season and how great the game was.
All right. So now all of a sudden, you got to fast forward and put that one in the rear view mirror. It's kind of like when you guys played Syracuse and unfortunately had a tough loss to the Orange at home. I mean, you had to get up and go because UConn was less than 48 hours away. Now all of a sudden,
Mhm.
it's Louisville. And the Cards were really good last night, knocking off Florida State. And I don't need to tell you what that game's all about. Louisville, Notre Dame, great tradition, great history. Going back to Muffets, great teams. And Jeff Walls is a tremendous coach, and a double bye is sitting there waiting for you. You know how important that is. What was the day like? I'm sure you just probably chilled out and got off your feet a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, of course we have to put the game behind us. Just kind of think that we win often. We can't be too excited because we just beat a ranked team. Of course, it's exciting, but we have another game ahead of us, and there's a lot at stake right now. Of course, with the double bye, and we lost to Louisville, so of course we want to come back and win the game on Sunday. But today we were just locked in at practice, and I think we for the last couple practices we've just been like really locked in, and we've been really focused and very intentional and with everything that we're doing, and with the coaches and all my teammates have just been so locked in on everything. And we're ready for Louisville, and we're just getting ourselves ready, getting our bodies ready, and just locking in on the scout.
Last time we had your coach on, we showed the video of the party and the celebration afterwards, and she got doused pretty good with a bunch of water. What was this?
Yeah.
Was there a celebration last night afterwards, or was it kind of like, hey, good win, we still got unfinished business?
Yeah, it was more like like great win. Of course, Coach Ivy came in with all the energy. We cheered for a little bit. There was no water, but we were of course excited for the win, especially beating Virginia being ranked so high. But we have another game ahead of us, and the job's not done.
It's a grind of a season. You guys went through a ton of injuries, which meant a lot of minutes. Do you feel it, or are you just having too much fun to be tired?
I'm young, so my body's doing well, and I'm having fun. So it's not like it's a chore or a job. Like I'm having a great time doing what I love to do, all while giving Christ glory. So I mean, everything that I do, of course, is for the glory of Christ. So I mean, I'm just having a great time out there, playing, having so much fun with my teammates, and being coached by some of the best coaches, in the conference and in D1 basketball. So I'm just having fun with it.
Well, it looks that way when you play, and that's why it's so much fun to watch you and your team play. By the way, we have the stat up there about the scoring this season and passing to Nia Latson, who's a great player at Florida State. Do you put any stock into that kind of stuff? Because, like I said, your stat line is so ridiculous every night, and you mentioned that turnovers is the first thing you look at, but that is an amazing accomplishment. Have you given that any thought at all?
No, not really. I don't really look at the points and all that stuff. I try not to focus on it because that's not my main thought. I just want to focus on winning, and if that means coming in and only scoring 2 points but getting the victory, I mean that's really all that matters. So at the end of the day, I want to win a championship.
And by the way, what's up with the hair? Is there a story with the hair?
Dyeing it? No, I just enjoy dyeing my hair. I think it just just who I am.
All right. So, I mean, we going to a different color for the tournament next week, or are we going to stay consistent? Is it all based on winning?
Uh, maybe we'll see.
Oh, you're keeping that one a secret, I can tell.
That one's a secret. That one's a secret.
As far as your team goes, I mentioned that Westbell played great last night. Sonia Citron was tremendous too. What have you
Absolutely.
learned from her from a leadership standpoint this season?
Yeah. So Sony is she's a silent assassin. So she's not gonna, do all that screaming and like how I do. I'm very loud and very, vocal and out. But she likes to, get us together and kind of talk to us, and she sees the game differently. So it's been great kind of seeing or hearing kind of what she sees, and she kind of talks us through, especially being a upperclassman. Just kind of hearing kind of how she thinks and what she sees throughout the game. And she's more on the quiet side, so she's different from me. So it's a different kind of perspective. But it's great. Sunny's great.
You made a play last night into the lane where it looks like you were going to just take a little mid-range jumper, and you backed off and just threw a brilliant pass. She was cutting into the lane, and you hit her in stride for a
Hmm.
layup. And she had that look on
Yeah.
her face because the camera angle was perfect, where she kind of looked at you like, kid, that was really good. I mean, I got a sense that the chemistry that you two have, especially now that she's past the injuries and that she's got now back in the flow of basketball, that you guys have a really interesting bond there, don't you?
Yeah. Sony, she's so smart. Like her IQ is just something that I've like never seen before. She does a great job of moving without the ball and cutting behind defense. So it makes me as a point guard, it makes it so much easier to get to her because when I drive, all the defense is focused on me and they collapse on me. So now I'm able to hit it to her when she's cutting back door, or if she's, standing at the three, if they collapse on me, I'm able to kick it out to her. So she does a great job of reading the defense and moving without the ball. She's very smart.
All right, before I let you go, and again, I really appreciate the time because I know how busy your schedule is with class and work and everything else. What does this team have to do to beat Louisville Sunday, given everything at stake?
Yeah, I think the most important thing that really hurt us last time we played Louisville was our rebounding. So Louisville's a very aggressive team, so they're going to be all over the O boards, and they're going to try and crash and get every rebound. So we have to do a great job of boxing out and going and getting rebounds and just pushing in transition. I mean, that's really our game is when we are able to get stops and kind of push in transition and get back on defense. So we need to be able to get stops and definitely get defensive rebounds.
Yeah, Louisville was plus 25 on the boards last night against Florida State, and you know
Yeah.
how talented Florida State is, too. Well, listen, congratulations again on all of your success, your team's success. I know it hasn't been easy given all the injuries, but Neil Ivy's a great coach. And again,
Absolutely.
you're right there in the hunt for the whole big picture. Great win last night. Can't wait to see how it goes down next week in Greensboro. Tournament is going to be great. And we'll stay healthy and all that good stuff. I can't wait to see, number one, the hoop earrings next week and what color the hair is when we get to Greensboro. Keep an eye on all that.
Yeah. We'll see. Thank you so much.